both of my parents were gone by the time Stan and I got married. So I said to Stan's parents when I met them, and as we got acquainted, I didn't say it the first 5 minutes I met them, but you're getting another daughter and 3 children. I hope you're ready for this because we're here, And they really did just take us all in, just like we were part of the original birth families. They came to our kids' graduations and sent gifts and did everything for them they did for their own birth grandchildren. And then as they got older, I spent a lot of time in San Diego with them. I was just thinking about those trips today. It was a break for me to get away from what was going on up here, especially with his mom. She and I were really good friends, and I got so well acquainted with a lot of her women friends from her church, and went with her to her church meetings, and did a couple of book reviews with them as their program one month, or 2 different months, did 2 different book reviews, and we'd go shopping, take her to doctor's appointments, we'd laugh, we'd go out to lunch, just really were good friends. And I would go down probably every 3 months or so. And she came up here a couple of times after Dad was gone. She was here for Christmas, just a month before she fell, and we believe had a stroke and fell and fractured her leg, or near her hip, and then died a month later.
What are things that you can recall that you did that seemed to work in building that kind of relationship? I'm thinking you're both great women, and that made it easy, but I'm also thinking this notion of in-laws isn't automatic.
That's right.
And it doesn't always work out in such a rich way. Are there things that...
Well, we had a lot going for us in the sense that we both Stan and I came from very strong United Methodist families. We both had gone to Westlands, he to Texas Wesleyan and I to Nebraska Wesleyan. So our backgrounds were very similar. So it was not hard for me to slide into that family as far as socioeconomic. We were equal plane on that. As far as, I'm an only child, he had 2 siblings, but experiences-wise, our families have been very similar. And they just are delightful, very loving, encompassing people. After their youngest went off to college, they went to Liberia, supposedly for a short time, and Grandpa was to be the electrician and get the electrical setup done at a mission in outside of, the Ganta mission in Liberia. Excuse me, and they ended up staying 10 years. She taught English, and so that sense of service and community, giving of yourself, was something that...
But then I'll come back. Are there things that you did, that you can think that you did, that were sort of like approaches that worked in really building relationships? I suppose one would be saying, are you ready for this? That gave them a choice, and put that on the table as opposed to kind of like being wondering. But are there things?
Well, I think too we shared a lot. We talked a lot about our lives. Lots of hugs and that sort of thing too, demonstrative. And Stan's mom had had a stroke before his dad died. He died of cancer, but he just really was feeling very overwhelmed with trying to keep up the house and all. And I can remember times he was really grateful that I had come down and did things like cleaning out the refrigerator and organizing the cupboards, things that he didn't know how to do. She had had a stroke. So anyway, I think it was just a matter of spending time together, and we did spend quite a bit of time together. That was about every 3 months for quite some time. She died, or he died, and then we started going down real often just to be with her. We had somebody come in, move in with her as a house companion, and we would go down, one of us would go down every other month or so. And I usually go down about every third, fourth month, just to give that person a break. So, yeah. Gave a lot of myself, I guess I would say. There were many times when his dad was ill, I was working at the hospital 7 days on, 7 days off. And Stan would pick me up at work after my 7th, I was working nights. And he'd pick me up after my last night and take me to the airport. Sometimes he needed to stay with me until I got on the plane because I was afraid I'd fall asleep in the airport and they wouldn't get me on the plane. But more than once, I woke up in the air. I had slept through takeoff, so which is a little hard to do in a plane, but when you're really tired, you can do it.
Yeah.
So I think just be willing to give and receive.